Hey, my friends. Hope you're all doing well. My name is Dorian, and for this speed build, we are building a house to celebrate Pride. It is June, so it is Pride Month. This month is a celebration of the LGBTQIA community, of which I am a part of. I am a gay man, and I wanted to build a house where we kind of celebrate that. So I have a little bit of a backstory in my mind for this house. I figure it's probably, I don't know, an older couple, maybe some empty nesters, and they started taking in youth who were maybe they weren't safe at home because of who they were, and they kind of become like a house for like chosen family. So my idea here is that they've taken in a bunch of kids over the years, and they try to do their best to protect the kids, make sure they have a nice fostering, loving environment. And yeah, this house is meant to celebrate that. And overall, it looks like a fairly standard house, but there's going to be some elements that are particularly prideful. For example, in the yard, I have a kind of a rainbow fence going around everything. I think this fence is from Perfect Patio, and it comes in a ton of different color swatches. Unfortunately, it doesn't come in like a green swatch, so I had to use a little bit of a white, light blue, but I was able to basically get the rainbow, like the Roy G. Biv, the red, orange, yellow, green, or light blue, indigo, violet, all that stuff. So I was able to get that in, and I took my inspiration for that. There's a house I think it's in Kansas. It's called the Pride House, and it is basically built across the street from Westboro Baptist Church. For those of you who don't know, I haven't heard much about them in the news recently, but over the years they would have these big protests where God hates the F word, pejorative for gay people, and this house was kind of built across the street as a way to kind of fight against that. It basically painted it in all the rainbow, all the colors of rainbow. It's a really cool house. Siding wise, we don't really have that option in this game, at least nothing where I could do horizontal rainbow colors like that, so I decided to use the fence instead. So like I said, I have that wrapping around everything. I think it adds a cool touch. The other thing that kind of makes this stand out as a Pride house is I built kind of a Pride wall in the living room. There was a patch update in February, I believe, that added a whole bunch of stuff for Pride. I'm not sure why it was in February, but basically they expanded the amount of Pride flags. They separated them out into categories, so sexual orientation, gender identity. I forget what the third one is. I will add a little comment in there. And they add some other different Pride flag variations, a few different Pride colored beds. And I wanted to, because I figured this family, they've kind of been taking in a bunch of kids over the years, and all orientations, all identities, and I kind of wanted to have this wall as a way to kind of honor that and honor them as a way to say we were here. So I used every possible Pride flag. I added a few blank photo frames. If you're playing this, you want to add pictures of your own Sims in there, you can. I know downloading houses with pictures from the gallery can cause some weird CC things, so I just put the blank frames in there. But I did add, there were a couple photos that kind of reflect gay or lesbian couples. I put them in there. There was a picture, I don't know if this is from the patch update or came out before. It was kind of a Pride celebratory photo, so I put that in there, and basically a bunch of little cool stuff. I figure if we had the option, I thought it would be cool to add little autographs or something, so the kids can sign their name on the wall. But I figure at least have different Pride flags, so every gender identity, every sexual orientation, they are able to put their flag up. They're able to have their presence be honored and remembered, even if they're not in the house anymore. I figure this is something that could span of maybe a decade or more, so some of them have probably moved out, got married, but this is kind of always their home, and they'll always have a place where they'll be remembered. I might be getting a little too deep with that. I apologize for that, but I was just kind of building this. I was thinking about my own coming out. I was blessed in that even though I grew up in a more conservative small town type thing, most of the people in my life were okay with it. I wasn't too ostracized or anything. I'll say a lot of people didn't fully know what to make of it. So, but now that, I'm, been out for a couple decades now, I have a husband, I have a son, everyone in my life has been really supportive. I really appreciate that. But I know a lot of people don't have that. And especially nowadays with all the vilification of trans youth, I can't say I understand, fully understand, knowing, not having lived that myself, but I figured, create something that in the game could represent a safe space for them. That was kind of what I was going for. All right. Not to get too much deeper into it, but yeah, I'll go back to the build itself. They built this on the Bargain Bin lot in Willow Creek. celebrate. It is a 2-bedroom, two and a half bathroom house. I did put a half bath kind of between like the living room and like the artist studio. There's one room that has like 4 bunk beds. Figure if they're bringing in multiple kids at a time, that could be like the younger kids room. And then the teen room just has 2 beds, but also has like a desk and, you know, has loud, colorful furnishings. Tried to introduce a few other Pride elements elsewhere. There is a little artist studio. I figured maybe one of the parents could be like an artist. I also built a garage using a lot of stuff from the restoration workshop kit. Maybe another one's like a woodworker. You know, has a full kitchen, has a full dining area. Not much of a yard. The house itself is kind of big with the garage. Like there are a couple like little yard spots. One is like a little garden and some toys. Other one's just like a little picnic table. So there isn't like a whole lot of like backyard per se, but the house is big enough to move around in. The house might actually be a little too big. The living room in particular is probably double the size that it needed to, but I added, you know, got like kids living here. I threw in like a ping pong table just to, you know, kind of give something else to do. But yeah, so I think that's pretty much it as far as describing everything. There is a little bit more left in the speed build, so I'm gonna let you guys go on and enjoy that, and I will see you in a bit for the lap tour. So bye everybody.
Running back to you, running back to you, I'll come running back. You can call my name and I'll come running back to you, running back, I'll come running back to you. Running back, you can call my name and I'll come running back to you, running back, I'll come running back to you. Cards on the table, your turn to play. We can't turn back now. We know how this will go. It's so sad that I'm leaving. I just don't see no other way. And it seems like you feel the same. Could have had everything, but you had to go and mess it all up. Whatever you want me to do, yeah, you know that I won't do that.
All right, my friends, we are back in Willow Creek. We are at the bargain bin lot. So this is a 30 by 20, and this is our Pride house. So you can see we have the exterior, a lot of blue, but we have like the Pride fence. Trying this best to capture I could, like the rainbow colors. And we have a couple Pride flags up on the house itself. We have the garage. This little heart thing, I think I used this in my log cabin build. This was from the outdoor retreat kit, and and I thought it was pretty cool to have this in here. So I wanted to make sure that was in. Like I said, we don't have a lot of like a yard, but we do have like a little sitting area with a little kid slide, and then in the back over here we have a garden, and with the little garden spots, and I included the little farmhouse, little farm dollhouse thing. We have a couple gates, so if you want to get out here, go fishing, you can just go through that gate right there. And yeah, I think that is pretty much the exterior. Some fairly basic landscaping, not much else in the front yard. The mailbox, I believe this is from Nifty Knitting, and I just love the colors. It just worked out beautifully here. So let's go ahead, go on inside. I'm not gonna do first person because I can never do that really well. But yeah, so this is the inside. Let me at least put the walls up. So this is the pride wall that I was talking about, where everyone who's kind of come through could, put up their flag, put up a photo, maybe leave a mark. So you can see we have all of the pride flags available in the game. And I did say I wasn't sure so we have the pride flag for gender identity, and pride flag for sexual orientation. So I wanted to make sure I captured all of them. And we have some photos. I think this little light kit with the photos, I think this is from Parenthood, but I thought all the kids put their photos up, would be pretty cool. Also included a couple pictures. I think these are from earlier patch updates. I think this might have been around My Wedding Stories, where they had a few gay couples in kind of like a wedding photo. I wanted to include that because maybe these are kids who have moved on, grown up, and got married, and now their pictures up on the wall too. And this is the other photo I was talking about. I don't know when this one came out, but I think it might have been like a last year thing, but I thought this was a cool way to kind of include that as well. Like I said, the living room is kind of big, so I did put a ping pong table in, but other than that, we have some bookshelves. We have a nice little wraparound couch with a fireplace and a TV. This is the little half bathroom. I have a door going in from the living room and the little art room. So we have like an easel, just a few more empty photo frames, and yeah, that's pretty much it for these. Over here we have a kitchen with the built-in dining room. The kitchen and some of these like things on top are from the kitchen clutter kit. I think that's what the new one's called. As a little tip, I think it's kind of a cool tip. So I know like the fridges don't have a way to like slot in stuff above. I know you can manually move stuff up, but sometimes there's like a little bit of a gap. If you have tool, you can refine a little bit. I found that if you just take like a larger shelf and put your items on it, and then you can kind of like hide it under the fridge, it just looks like it's sitting on top of the fridge. So I thought that was kind of cool. You just gotta kind of move your fridge so you can't really see the shelves, which I'm not sure. There we go. So I think there's also a mod Red Shelf, which you're playing on PC, it kind of does something similar, but if you don't have the mod, or you can just use like a little shelf there. That one was from Sleek Bathroom. It's big enough that it can hold a bunch of things, so just something to keep in mind. But yeah, have a little straightforward kitchen, little dining area. Like I tried to bring in as much color as I could, so it's kind of an eclectic mix of packs. I think this table, for instance, it's actually a base game table, so I retract my statement, but I think this one is from the jungle. No, this is from Lovestruck. Pretty sure I have a couple jungle adventure things. Like I said, I have the Hearts from Outdoor Retreat. But yeah, so this is a little like hall closet. This is the master bathroom. This is pretty much all Sleek Bathroom, and I thought this would modernize this, make it look pretty nice. This is the master bedroom, so we have a rocking chair. I think this is a jungle adventure bed. I'm probably lying there too, but yeah, just an eclectic mix. I wanted to bring as much color, but having a bunch of kids in the house, we also have a little bar in the bedroom. This is the teens room. So these are a couple of the beds that came in that patch update to have kind of like the pride colors. Put a little more of the photo, little white light wall here. A lot of comfy gamer stuff. I thought kind of fit in with the vibe, but we do have the Dream Home Decorator kind of modular shelf and like desk set back here. Have a couple posters. I think some of these are from Lovestruck, but just kind of make it look a little cluttered, make it look like a teens room basically. And then we have the shared bathroom between the two. It's a bathroom, not much else there. And then we have the kids room. So we have four beds, just a little TV, a couple places to sit. Nothing much else in here, just a couple posters, some toys, and I think that's pretty much it for the house itself. We have a little back porch with a grill. I figured this would be kind of like you have the artist inside, you have the woodworker out here, but so I used a lot of Restoration Workshop. I used Laundry Day because I figured having a washer and dryer would make sense, and then figure you could store the bikes in here as well. I think this Pride bike, I want to say this came with Businesses and Hobbies. I could be talking out my butt with that as well, and of course now I can't even see it, so yes, this one is businesses and hobbies. The other ones are from growing together because that added kids bikes. And yeah, I think that is pretty much it. So we have Pride House, y'all. All right, so if you would like to download this, my gallery my EA ID is DorianKoholi. You can find it on my gallery there. It is just called Pride House. It is a 2-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom house to celebrate Pride. I hope you enjoy. It is a little pricey, and apparently it was shared almost 30 years ago. I don't know what's going on with the date structure in the gallery, but okay. Like I said, it does use quite a few packs. I wasn't really trying to restrict anything in there, but so yeah, just keep that in mind. But if you want to download it, I hope you enjoy. So thank you guys for watching another speed build. If you like this video, please consider dropping a like. Please consider leaving a comment if you have any other builds you'd like me to see or anything else in the game you'd like me to do in general. I do a mix of builds. I do a mix of crazy, chaotic gameplay. So yeah, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I'd ask you please consider doing so. I am trying to grow this channel, and you guys have been such an immense support for that so far. So thank you. But with all that, I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you have an amazing Pride Month, and I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.